Good morning. Okay, I have a special guest. I have Miss Sarah here to help me out with today's one of today's activities. So I have all sorts of things in this bag, and she is going to pull them out, and she's going to try and put them in a line according to what she thinks is the most expensive to the least expensive.
Ooh.
Okay, all right. Let's see what she's got in the bag to figure out on.
Legos. Now, Legos are actually pretty expensive. You think they used to be cheaper, back in our day. But they're really expensive now. Even though this is a small set, I'm thinking that's going to be pretty pricey. So, obviously, it's the most expensive thing right now. Then we've got, a payday bar. These are pretty cheap. Definitely cheaper than the Legos. So, that'll go there. Hand sanitizer. This has gotten a lot more expensive recently. This is a commodity. How'd you even find this? I'm gonna think it's more expensive than the payday bar, but less expensive than the Legos. The gum. Ooh, I feel like the gum and the payday bar are really close. I feel like you did this just so that way I'd for sure have one wrong. We're gonna put them even, and I'll come back to that. The Uno card. I think it's somewhere in here. It's definitely more expensive than the hand sanitizer, but I don't think it's more expensive than the Legos. Were any of these items on sale?
Nothing was on sale. Everything was the price that you could buy it.
Okay, yo-yo ball. This I've seen at the Dollar Tree for $1.
Everything came from Walmart.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
We're not endorsing Walmart. This is just where I happen to be.
I think it's maybe here. I don't know. These two, I'm gonna have to switch.
You don't have to wind it up. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's where I struggle with yo-yo balls.
Ooh, a mini Crest 3D white toothpaste. The whitening toothpaste is always more expensive, I've had to learn these things as I've gotten older. Starting to pay for more. I think it's here, maybe. I don't know. Hand sanitizer's really throwing me off. And a mini off-brand Nerf gun.
That's the last thing. Is it? Oh yeah, it is off-brand, isn't it?
Off-brand.
I still thought it was pretty
A
cool.
Zuru X-Shot. I was kind of upset when you told me that I couldn't shoot you with this earlier.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be part of a prize basket for our Easter egg hunt.
Ooh,
So,
I'll have to try to come win this.
Yes. Try to come win the Easter egg hunt prize.
Okay, so I think this was less expensive than the Uno cards. I'm thinking this is the right order here. Thinking this needs to scoot down a little. Scoochie. Think that goes there. No, I think this hand sanitizer's throwing me off. I think yo-yo ball, toothpaste, hand sanitizer. That's the order.
That's the order. That's the order you're gonna stick with. Okay. Well, I have the official order here. Okay. So Legos, you're right.
Yes.
Uno, you're right. The yo-yo ball is next.
The yo-yo ball? Oh, it's off-brand Nerf. I should.
Wait. The sanitizer is next.
Why is this more expensive than it?
Because we're living in 2021.
That's ridiculous. You need to buy a hand sanitizer elsewhere.
You're not ready for this. The gum is next.
The gum.
That's really expensive gum.
See, you need to be buying other types of gum too.
Yeah,
if anything, this is just speaking to your shopping habits.
Well, no, I actually bought that one to throw you. Like, I specifically, I was like,
Gum should be
So I thought that one. Okay, now comes the Nerf gun. Then the toothpaste. Then the candy.
This should not be how this is. I disagree with these purchases.
Well, why we are doing this lesson? Do you want to know how this ties into Jesus?
I would love to know how this.
Okay, so our lesson today is going to be all about how Jesus is better than anything else. And sometimes when we're, going through life and we're making purchases, we have to decide like what's worth more money to us. And for example, you might have said, "Oh, well, just 99 cents. The toothpaste is totally worth that." But then you might have looked over here at almost $3 and said, this gum is not worth almost $3.
I hope you kept your receipt, because that's still closed. You could definitely still bring that back.
So when you look at things, we have to make judgment calls. But whenever you look at your life, I want you to always rank that Jesus is better than anything else. Let's go check out our Bible story.
The early church was made up of almost all Jewish believers who were persecuted for following Jesus. Because their lives had become difficult, many believers began to wonder if following Jesus was worth it. Some may have even thought about giving up on Jesus altogether. The Holy Spirit helped a Christian leader write words of encouragement to the early church in the book of Hebrews. He wrote, "Long ago, God spoke to his people through prophets. Now he speaks through Jesus. Jesus is God the Son, and he is like God in every way. Jesus is better than angels because he is God's Son, the eternal King and creator of everything, who sits at God's right hand. But Jesus humbled himself to become lower than the angels for a time when he became a man. Jesus became a person like us to die and then rise again. Jesus' work rescues people from sin. All who believe in him become his brothers and sisters. Jesus became like us in every way so he could become a merciful and faithful high priest for us. Because Jesus suffered and was tempted, he is able to help us when we are tempted. This is why Jesus is the greatest. He is greater even than Moses, who was a faithful servant of God. Jesus was an even better servant. God used Moses to bring the law to his people, but God used Jesus to bring the gospel. This is why we cannot turn away from Jesus. Instead, we need to encourage one another each day so that we don't give in to sin. We don't want to be like the Israelites who Moses led out of Egypt and then rebelled against God and perished in the wilderness. The Israelites wanted a land of rest, but even Joshua could not provide rest for God's people. We want to enter into God's rest, and Jesus has provided something even better than land: spiritual rest in him. Because Jesus is such a great high priest for us, we can hold fast to our faith. Jesus knows our weaknesses because he became a human and was tempted, although he never sinned. Because of Jesus, we can approach God with boldness, and God will give us mercy and grace. This is why Jesus is better than anything, and why we cannot turn away from him. The first covenant that God provided through Moses has been replaced by a second, better covenant through Jesus. Salvation is found only in Jesus. Jesus is better than anyone and anything. He is the better prophet, the better priest, and the better king. Everyone who trusts in Jesus has salvation from sin through his perfect life, death, and resurrection.
Okay, so you can see I've gotten a new volunteer. We're going to call her volunteer, not victim. Miss Kirsten has agreed to help me for this portion. She has no prior knowledge.
None.
Okay, Miss Kirsten, I'm going to read off some prices to you. You look in the bag and you try and decide if it costs that price, okay?
Okay.
Y'all are too young to remember the show Price is Right, but we're kind of going with a Price is Right kind of vibe for today's activity. I'm going to hold it up like this so you can't cheat.
Okay.
All right. Do you want an easy one or a hard one to start out with?
Oh, let's start easy. Let's work our way up.
Okay. $5.97. $5.97.
Let's find something in here that costs $5.97.
No. No.
I'm not doing very well.
No.
I didn't think so, but
No.
I guess the Uno cards are
Yes.
$4.97.
is a lot harder
You can
for
tell I
than
don't go to
thought.
Walmart.
Okay, are you ready?
Mhm.
$2. No. No. No.
Oh, for crying out loud. These are only $2.
No.
Maybe they better not be $2.
No.
Wow, what a bargain.
$2. It's off brand.
Oh.
So that helps.
Okay, so it
Okay.
is.
All right. $2.97.
Didn't we already do that? What was this?
That was just $2, straight $2.
Oh.
$2.97. No. No. Yes. Hand sanitizer now is $2.97.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even know what it was. Hand sanitizer. Okay.
That makes sense what you realize it is.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you a tough one because it's gonna be right close. $2.98.
Oh, for
Coming in
goodness.
at almost $3. Nope. Yes, people pay that much for gum.
Yeah, that's why I get them in the refill bags.
Oh. Not only are you getting a Sunday school lesson, but also financial advice from Miss Kirsten.
There you
Okay, $4. Nope. Yes.
I mean, I
It's
know
getting
what-
easier.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. 97 cents. Yes. All right. I feel like you're gonna get
I
these
feel like
two,
I get
'cause
these two.
we've done okay, so $9.97 the Legos and 88 cents for a candy bar. Okay,
A payday.
which is one of my favorite candy bars, possibly my favorite. All right, so all today we've been talking about how Jesus is better than anything else. And sometimes when you look, you might struggle to kind of rank what things are worth. We watched Miss Sarah earlier struggle at putting them in order.
Okay.
She also got thrown by the toothpaste. She wanted to make the toothpaste a little bit more, and she wanted to make the gum a lot less.
Important or
Like as far as how much it costs.
Yes, yes.
So whenever you look at your life, it's important that you rank Jesus first. So Jesus needs to be your number one thing that you're most willing to give to. Give your time, give your money, but also give your obedience to. Because Jesus is better than anything else in your life, and he's worth more than anything else in your life. Even when it's hard to obey Jesus, it's always better to obey Jesus. Let's go check out some questions from kids just like you.
Hey there, I'm Pastor Brian, and it's time for Questions from Kids. Adam from Union Springs, Alabama asks,
I like playing games with my friends, but I feel so mad when I lose. Is it wrong to want to be the best?
No, I would say there's nothing at all wrong with wanting to be the best. I think in a way we should. The Bible tells us that we should pursue excellence. We should pursue to be the best we can be in all areas of life. So I think in a way it's really right and fitting for you to do that, Adam. But here's the concern. How do you handle when you realize you're not? Like you say, and you're playing a game and you lose, so you're not the best at that game that time. How do you respond to that? What is your heart about that? The Bible also tells us that we need to have humility in our hearts. We need to acknowledge that there will be times that we're not the best, other people will be better than us, and we need to be okay with that, and we need to encourage them and be glad for those others and celebrate when they do well. So if you're a poor loser, if you pout when you lose, if you refuse to tell the person who won congratulations and are kind of a bad sport, then that's revealing a lack of humility and a problem in your heart posture that I would think you need to address. So you want to try to be the best, you want to really do the best in everything you can, but always be willing to celebrate when other people are better than you, to have humility, and point when you are the best, point to the one who is even better than you. That's Jesus Christ. We do the best we can in every area of life so we can point others to Him, the one who gave us the ability to do everything we can do. So here's a question back for you to consider. What attitudes in your heart do you need to ask God to change?